I'm going to call our meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silent reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll take our roll call. Our lead is not here this evening. Mrs. Russell?
Present.
Mr. Peters?
Here.
Mr. Robinson?
Here.
Mr. Hayes?
Present.
Mr. Hitt?
Here.
Mrs. Blazer?
Here.
And Mr. Smith?
Here.
Okay, everyone is present. Has everyone had a chance to take a look at the minutes from last meeting? All right, all in favor of approving those minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right, opposed, same sign. All right, minutes carried. We do not have any communication or announcements, no public hearings this evening, and no audience concerns. We'll go on to our committee reports. Anthony.
There was a little miscommunication, and they had to reschedule a meeting, and they forgot to add me to the email. So as far as the sanitation goes, the trucks, they were supposed to be here the 4th and then the 6th. They will now be here the 11th. And so I've already talked to the gentleman in charge of that, and expressed that we want those trucks. So the one thing that Les is looking into, I think I mentioned this last time about the dumpsters. If we purchase dumpsters and then rent them out, we're trying to look to see what could be some benefits there. And that's as far as our commercial accounts go. Some of our commercial accounts, they already pay and rent the dumpsters. Some of them not even from Rumpke, just other places. So we're going to look into that. He's getting ready to order 112 more trash cans, just as we get, the damage, break, getting ordered in, things like that. The wastewater, very excited about it. Jerry just seems to be doing a really good job, and he's been going around and just cleaning and maintenance some things, and he's definitely discovered some things that he's getting taken care of, bigger projects. They will be doing, they have not announced the date yet, a ribbon ceremony for the building that is at the Farm Science Review. And so from what I'm understanding is like the tarp type material that comes down, they're just waiting to put gravel all around it, and then they're going to have a ribbon ceremony for that. And then freshwater, they're already, we're getting close to where we're going to be able to start running the test. So I talked to TJ. He said that right now nothing's really doing much with the ammonia, but that was to be expected. But in the next couple of weeks is when we should start to see the bacteria reach maturity, and we should start seeing results to see if the aeration system is going to work, or we're going to have to look into something else. So and that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Blazer, do you have anything?
No, our public safety meeting was canceled, and a friend had already went over the finance meeting, but I just wanted to thank London Fire and all the other fire departments around that participated in our brother firefighter Rick Parks' funeral.
All right, Mr. Hitt, do you have anything?
Next safety meeting is this coming Tuesday at 6 o'clock. I'll be here.
All right, Mr. Hayes.
I have nothing.
All right, Mr. Robinson.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Peters.
Public service meeting Wednesday, September 9th at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Russell, anything?
Just at finance meeting, September 14th at 6 p.m. right here.
Okay, thank you. On to our city official reports.
Mr. Mayor? No, thank you.
Nothing tonight?
No, do you guys have anything for me? Do you have any questions? Concerns? Thank you for your time.
All right, on to our old business. Ready for the third reading, ordinance number 15920, a motion to read by title or number.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
Second. Okay. Ordinance 15920, sponsored by Rich Hayes, an ordinance vacating an alley.
This is the alley beside and behind 157 North Oak Street. All owners have signed off as to their approval. City signed off on it. Need a public hearing which will be held on September 17th.
Okay. Ready for our second reading, ordinance 16320, motion to read by title or number.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Ordinance 16320, sponsored by, is that one also by you? Okay, that's the one. Sponsored by Rich Hayes, an ordinance vacating an alley.
This is a request to vacate an alley that's situated between 56 and 60 Logan Avenue. All owners whose property abut the alley have signed off for their approval. There are no sewers there. City engineer has reserved easement rights for Ohio Edison, as they must maintain existing facilities within that alley. And as I said before, I assume that's power lines. There'll be a public hearing on this on October 1st.
Thank you. On to new business, resolution 17520, a motion to read by title or number.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Resolution 17520, sponsored by Josh Peters, a resolution for the city NHS guardrail upgrade project.
This is ODOT. It's going to come through and replace an upgraded guardrail in assemblies on US 42 instead of Route 665 in the city of London. There's no cost to the city for this. They're just, let's see, this will probably get done. See, this has to be done before December 1st, but since there's no cost to the city, if nobody has any questions about that, I'll move this suspended through reading rule.
You guys want to know where they're at?
Sure.
So 42 is the bridge by the pit, by Montana Field, the bridge right there. And 665 is on the curve out there.
All right.
Do we need to amend that, make an emergency to speed it up? or-
No, it doesn't need to have an emergency, but if you, like Josh said, there's
Yeah, I'm not making an emergency, I'm just making it just.
just suspend it, I understand, yeah, just suspend it, and then, you know, the quicker we get stuff back up, the better off we are as a whole.
Second.
It's 17520. We have a motion to suspend the three reading rule. We have and a second. Roll call. Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Dick? Yes. Mrs. Blazer?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay. Need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Okay. Okay, Josh. Rich. Roll call. Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Hitt?
Yes.
Mrs. Blazer?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. On to resolution 17620, a motion to read by title or number.
So moved.
And second. Okay. Resolution 17620, sponsored by Brenda Russell, a resolution increasing appropriations. Mrs. Russell.
Okay, this is a request from our auditor, Fund 241, and negative as a fund, and also as an expense. So we need to appropriate $90,000, $829.40, which will, if you add those together, $87,921.40. $90,000, $90,829.20 from the general for those two line items. The bill has been paid. It's along the this street. Renovation of the building,
Okay, ventilation.
the renovation.
Right. Okay, so,
I think this is kind of emergency.
yes, it does have an emergency. All right, so this has an emergency clause. Do we have any further discussion on this? All right. You have a motion? Did you motion for that?
Make a motion
Suspend? Okay.
I say,
Russell, second. Okay. All right, roll call. Russell?
yes.
Peters?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Hayes?
Yes.
Dick?
Yes.
Laser?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Okay. And a motion to adopt?
Make the motion to adopt.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Mrs. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Peters?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Blazer?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. 1, 2. Resolution 17720, motions read by title or number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 17720, sponsored by Brenda Russell, a resolution increasing appropriations.
Okay, this is the fire department's share of the CARES Act money, and we need to appropriate it so that Todd can use it. We want to use it for the maintenance of the equipment. So we need to appropriate that so we can spend it. About $4,000.
So is this supposed to be for the COVID stuff, or
The CARES Act.
but can he spend it on appropriation, or on maintenance?
of the equipment.
So this is dollars appropriated from the CARES Act.
Yes.
It can be used for,
I thought it only goes to things directly from the COVID.
Well, I don't know the details of exactly what all it can be used for, but, Pat, it's Pat out there.
What's the question?
The question is, Todd can use the money, CARES money for maintenance of the equipment.
So they get their own CARES Act money. This isn't out of the other CARES Act money. This is his own money, so this is just appropriating it so he can spend it. That's all it is. Yeah.
So
It's
it's
his
money-
own CARES Act money.
it's money from the CARES Act that was appropriated to the fire department.
Yes, some except.
Correct.
The one we got.
Correct. So, I mean, it's free money, you know.
And he can spend it as he wishes.
Well, he gets all within the guidelines.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
Yep.
Have
So,
COVID related stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So is this COVID-related equipment that we're,
Well, it's maintenance of his, it says maintenance of the equipment. I imagine it's maintenance of the equipment that he has on staff. And equipment he has that. And I think that, yeah, they do use that for COVID.
I'm not sure, but I know if, if they had to upgrade something or add something, so I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's within the COVID guidelines, so
Yeah.
you have to have it. or
Should we
you have to
amend the
get money.
verbiage of it or something to say
Yeah.
maintenance of COVID or COVID maintenance?
Yeah, there's a whole list of things you can use CARES Act money on. And there's a whole, and so he has the list and it just as all departments do. So.
They're different for each department probably.
No, it just has to be COVID related.
The main
It's
thing is,
not-
and it's kind of broad, but it needs to be COVID related. So, if he was buying PPE or, cleaning supplies or things like that, extra stuff to clean the vehicles down, which we've been doing after patients and things like that.
Well,
So,
it doesn't say.
So it doesn't say what it's being used for, so
Right.
you want to make sure that it's being used for COVID-related.
The federal government says what you have to make it used for, so.
yeah, he can't just use it for whatever.
well, that's what I'm saying, but it said for equipment maintenance, and I couldn't think of any COVID-related
Could be
equipment.
cleaning.
Well, that's what she said, but it
Well,
doesn't
it's,
It
say.
didn't say anything about me. Yeah, that's,
In the legislation, it doesn't say, but I got a message from Ken.
Yeah.
And
So
she
it would just be
says,
up to deposit.
to his maintenance of the
Whether you use it appropriate. Now, if it said maintenance in there, which is kind of what I thought, but this one.
no, I get that was included in it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about that's the fund he's putting it in as maintenance and
No,
equipment?
no, excuse me. Kenna sent a message. Todd also would like you to sponsor legislation to move CARES Act money to his maintenance of equipment, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so that's just the line it's going in so he can spend it out. We gotta put it into a line.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
Now,
we
this
started
also
thinking it
needs-
said that in the.
Yeah, don't take that
legislation.
literal, that's just the line it's going into.
Right, it's just that, yeah.
So what line is that it's going into?
Maintenance of equipment.
So it's going into the maintenance of equipment? And
so that could be, like you said, disinfectant spray, stuff like that.
Let me look at it. See if I can find
And did this, is this like time sensitive or something?
It's not, we have everyone has till December 30th to spend the money. So he might not have specific things yet, but he can't spend it until you put it in that fund. So once you put it in the fund, when expenses arise, he can spend it. Or maybe he does have, I really don't know, but it could be as much as cleaning. I mean, maintenance of equipment could be as simple as cleaning, or it could be other things. I mean, we're looking at AEDs to see if they're available for CARES Act. I don't know.
It is for replacement of supplies of PPE and cleaning supplies.
Thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Yeah, it sounds like, did this even go through a committee or anything? It sounds like nobody really knows what this is even about. Because we're supposed to take all these ordinances and everything through a committee before we bring them to council, so that way we know what we're talking about.
Oh, we can leave it over another reading.
Yeah, let's leave that on for another reading. That needs to, would that go to finance or would that go through the safety? Yeah, that would go through the safety department,
No, the
committee.
money was through.
Finance,
They can go through either because of the safety, it goes through the safety committee, and then the safety committee presents to the finance department, where it goes to finance, but probably since it's fire, then it's probably safety. But, you know, we want to make sure that we're bringing all these resolutions and everything through our different committees, because that's the guidelines that we have for council. We don't want to just get an email or something from someone asking us to sponsor legislation that we don't even know it's about, so.
But sometimes with, like this money, they get a hold of Brenda, which is chairperson of that committee, to get it on legislation quicker.
It's free money.
Right, that's what
Oh, yeah, and I understand that it's free money, everyone understands that it's free money, it's just no one knows, we're bringing it here, no one even knew what it was for.
Yes, I did know it too, when she sent me the email. Now, she did not say it goes in that line, but that's probably just.
Okay, well, but about after 5 minutes of discussion, we found out what it was for, so.
Well, okay.
If anybody has any questions about the legislation,
Yeah, we'll just leave that on for another reading, and we will send that to the finance department.
Henry, I say, since it's free money,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
But they
it's
can
free
take
money.
it back if they spend it the wrong thing.
right.
Right, and that was Carla's issue, was can that be used for that?
But that's up to him, it's in his line, his budget. He has to make sure that he spends
Oh,
it
definitely.
correctly.
Yeah.
It's not based on, we're just giving free money. If we get audited and that money is spent incorrectly, we're gonna get an audit,
Of
or
course.
we're gonna get in trouble. So he has to know that when it goes into his line, it has to be spent correctly.
and PPE is a little bit related, that's what he said. He was-
Oh, yeah, and that's fine, my point is just that it wasn't brought through a committee, even if it's free money, it just wasn't brought through a committee.
Yeah, it was brought to committee, it was given to me. It was given.
Did you discuss it with the committee?
I discussed it with Ken. Ken sent me the email.
But that's not the committee.
Well, a lot of times things don't come, we put it on the agenda, we want to get it on the agenda.
Okay. And I appreciate that, but we do want to make sure that we're bringing things through the committee so we know what we're talking about when we present them. So we'll
Is
do
there
that. Let's see here, Carla, you're on finance, would you like to leave this one here, or you want to leave this in the committee?
Well, I won't be here for the committee meeting on the 14th, because we're going out of town on that weekend. I would just, where do they buy their supplies out of? What line item? Because there is no supplies per se line item in their budget.
Right. So the first thing is that this would have gone to committee. It would have gone to safety. Safety committee was canceled last month, so he could not bring it to committee.
But then we need to wait until they have a meeting so we can.
We can do what
Because
you
that's
want,
the,
but it's
because,
free money from the CARES Act.
and we understand that, but the rules of council are to bring those through the committee, so we understand what's going on, and then we present those to council.
Even when there's not a committee meeting?
Even when there's not a committee meeting, you have to wait until there is a committee meeting. So there's no argument, it's just the rules of
Well, I'm
council.
not saying that there's an argument, but
But there is, you're not saying there is, but there is.
I
The
think
bo-
what it is, some things are, okay, some things we can get to committee, which is, we try the best that we can, but some things we can't get to committee because we only meet once a month.
And that's fine.
Okay, just a minute, so
Go
we
ahead.
only meet once a month. So at times, maybe in public service, they'll call Josh or something. And Josh will go ahead and give the go-ahead back to get it on the agenda. Then we bring it here. Now, is there concern about how Todd will use the money? Do you not trust Todd to use this money correctly? Is that what the problem is?
And it's
But
not-
if it is, we will leave it on for another reading, and we will take it to finance. Is that what this is on?
Okay, it's my
My
time.
problem is what-
I'll take the floor now. I'll take the floor now. The problem is not that it's what he's going to use it. It's not that he's going to use it, in some way he's not supposed to. It's that it was presented here and we had no clue what they were even going to use it for. We said it was for equipment. We had no idea what. My whole point is that if it was discussed somewhere, finance or somewhere like that, we could present it and we wouldn't have to guess of what it could possibly be used for. Sometimes there are time-sensitive things, and that's why I asked if it was time-sensitive, and it's free money, we understand that, and it's not necessarily time-sensitive, and we want to make sure that he gets that money. But the point is that it was something that should have been brought through a committee, so we know that it's, like Carla Blazer brought up, and no one knew what was going on, so. Yes.
yeah, so I understand your rules, but we need to remember that the meeting was canceled last month when we were going to bring it. You said that you don't know what it's for. I called Todd and that's when I came back in. And it is for replacement of PPE and replacement of cleaning supplies. So it's to replace what they've been using during COVID, right? So, and then as always, if anyone ever has any questions about any piece of legislation, what is this? What is this for? You guys are more than welcome to call us, call Todd, call whoever, and find out what it is before the meeting actually starts. So,
Well, that was my concern when you're talking about maintenance, there is no
We have
maintenance
to-
of equipment
we-
for
there's
1,000.
no-
If that's where he buys the supplies out of too,
so there's no
Then that
CARES
makes
Act
sense.
line. We don't have a fund line for CARES Act, so we have to put it into a line, and that's what the auditor is telling us where to put it.
well, is that where he buys his supplies out of, that account? Or, because I don't see supplies.
I
account.
believe that the auditor did it correctly. That would be a question for the auditor.
Right, and like I said, if this were discussed, if we didn't have a meeting and we waited until we did have one to present it, then these are things that we could have discussed in the committee before we came here and didn't know what was going on.
Henry, resolution 17520, they contacted me yesterday when they passed sponsor. Since I was chairman of the public service committee.
Well, you understand the ODOT stuff. They just
Right, that's what I'm saying, it didn't go
The
through.
ODOT stuff just gets sent
It
to
didn't
us
go
and
through
they're
the
like,
committee, I'm just saying, it
Yeah.
didn't go through our
We
committee.
did 176.20.
and ODOT loves to do that. Josh has been on council long enough. ODOT loves to say, here's this, and this wasn't as time sensitive, but a lot of times Josh knows they'll give us something and say, you need this passed within 15 days. And we're like, great, right? So,
But that's why I asked if it was time sensitive first, and you said it's not.
okay, so you're going to take it to committee and discuss everything you guys discussed here to come back and suspend it at the
That's not the point. The point is that it's supposed to go to committee so we know what we're talking about.
But if you don't have a committee meeting, we can't bring it to
And
committee.
then you wait until we do have one. Josh, please, your turn.
I move to suspend the 3 reading rule on resolution 177.
I said.
First and second, and that's 17520.
177.
Oh, 17720. Okay, so we have a first and a second to suspend. Roll call. Russell?
Yes.
Peters?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Hayes?
Yes.
Hitt?
Yes.
Blazer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Okay. And a motion to adopt.
Make the motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call. Russell?
Yes.
Peters?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Hayes?
Yes.
Hitt?
Yes.
Blazer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
And just for the record, we do want to follow our guidelines. We want to bring these things through committee. No matter what it is, it goes through
Okay,
committee.
so-
Excuse me, I have the floor right now, Ms. Russell. The rules are that they go through a committee unless it's some time-sensitive issues. And if it doesn't go to a committee for some reason, it would be good if we did know what it was about before we presented it. So, and that's our last piece of legislation.
Something that might be helpful, like, several of the resolutions or ordinances have a line number, and it's difficult to keep track of what all the line numbers are, so it would be nice on the legislation if it explained what the line is for, just for clarification for council.
Yeah, because that would have been helpful, because it's, maintenance of
A lot of
equipment.
times there's lines going from one line to another line, and you don't really know.
I think it's one of the legislation. A lot.
Well,
It
lines
just
are lines,
has
not
a line, it just has the account number, and it has
Explanation.
the description of the account.
Yeah,
Right.
description of what the line is would be helpful. for
Do you guys get a copy of these? Maybe we need to come to finance, everybody, and Ken will show you how to read these. That could help a lot.
I don't think it's that we don't know how to read those, I think that
Well,
the numbers
sometimes
weren't.
when it takes it from one place to the next place, whether it's an expense or a revenue, sometimes even just to know exactly where she's pulling the things from.
Yeah, and that would be helpful, but our issue here was that you told us it was for maintenance, and she asked, can that be used for maintenance? Then we find out it was for.
It was a reading of the email.
Okay, all right.
It did something that she.
I think it was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's.
Everybody has
She
their.
typed it
And that's
that
fair.
for expenses, and she should have said it should have been in the expenses.
And that's fair.
That's what she should.
Which, it's a valid point.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to make sure we want to pay money back because we didn't do our job.
Right.
We go to the right account.
Exactly.
Everybody had to do its point side. Everybody's just trying to do
Exactly.
the best for the city. I think everybody was, we're doing the right thing.
Yep. I agree. Motion to adjourn?
Round table?
Oh, round. I dropped my agenda, it's gone. One's a round table. Mr. Smith.
I don't have anything for.
Okay, Mrs. Blazer.
Just my same thing, everybody take care of each other, be nice, love each other, and we'll have a happy society.
All right. Mr. Hitt.
Just thank everyone for being here, and hopefully this COVID stuff will be over and done with soon. And I know I've said this before, but I'd like to commend the police for all that they do with all the climate and society that we have right now. I commend them for what they do with the difficulties that they have to deal with. That's it.
All right, Mr. Hayes.
I second what Mrs. Blazer said, and I second what Mr. Hitt said. And I also throw my congratulations to all of our fine working departments that we have in this city. Especially police right now, they got a target on their back, put the uniform on, walk out there every day, every night. Takes a lot of guts, and I commend them highly. I commend the fire department for putting their uniform on also, EMT. I commend them all for putting their uniforms on and going out and doing their jobs. I don't think what's going on right now is, it's everybody that is American, it's everybody that loves your freedom, it's everybody that wants to do things right. We're all targets, so we all have a target on our back right now. And let's just pray for each other, love each other, and do the best we can. That's all we can do. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Robinson.
All right.
All right, Mr. Peters.
Public service, Wednesday, the 9th at 1 p.m.
All right, Mr. Russell.
On the 14th, Joshua meeting, this is on, or our meeting, the 7th, the 20th, the 14th, will just be doing, you'll be here the 14th?
No.
You won't be here the 14th? Pat?
Will I be here the 14th?
Uh,
Are you asking me if I'll be here?
yeah, unless you know anything. About that, and then that meeting, about the finance meeting, we
That's
got to
fine.
get it in,
That's fine.
okay?
We'll talk about it, we'll put it out on Facebook. Whatever the meeting date is, we'll put it out for you.
Carly, you will, have a short meeting with you and John to see if we can get this finance meeting, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, so just rearrange the finance meeting, there's a board meeting, advertise that, all right? And I too want to piggyback what they said here. We have, police, fire, all of them, the responders, they have a really tough job right now. And you said they do have a target on their backs. I remember a long time ago, this, young kids wanted to be firemen, they wanted to be policemen. But I think right now, their jobs are so tough. That's, so keep all those first responders, police, fire, everyone in your thoughts. All right. A motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.